This week on Xenomania, join us as we travel to Ireland just in time for St. Patrick's Day and we explore a unique take on vampire lore in The Boys from County Hell. You'll also get an extra special top 5 this week. This is The Boys from County Hell. This is Xenomania.
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Or
I'm always hyped for Irish folklore, Irish anything.
Irish, and we're getting close to St. Patty's Day.
We are. This should come out just in
Corned
time.
beef.
Yeah, probably
Yes,
right
it will.
before.
Cornbread.
Steady sweet.
Oh,
And this, what he's referring to, is The Boys from County Hell, a pretty sick, little underknown, I'd say underknown vampire movie.
Definitely underknown.
Very.
This was a Shudder original, or at least it
Oh,
wasn't
sweet.
in the States. I don't know what the release in Ireland looked like, but this is another Shudder.
It seemed like
Shudder's doing pretty well for themselves, if you ask me.
it seemed like there was a production company from Ireland, and then Shudder swooped on it, which is great. And Shudder releases some special films. I mean, what is it? A violent nature in a violent nature.
Violent Nature, yep.
They're getting a sequel with that. That's going to release soon on Shudder. Like, they got hits.
Didn't they? So they got J.J. Abrams, basically. They're like, "Oh, you got a cool project. We're gonna just put our name on that sucker for you."
I think they buy the distribution rights in the U.S. for a lot of the foreign stuff.
That may like Troll Hunter. You think like something like that?
Troll Hunter, I think Troll Hunter predates Shudder, but Terrified for sure. I believe that Satan's Slaves in the U.S. was a Shudder release. Boys from County Hell. There's a few.
Baskin.
Cool.
I think Baskin was also, yeah.
Yeah, we are doing a lot of fuzzy foreign films.
I'm cool with that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm down. And when they're good, you know what? I went through a phase of doing, because I watch anime, so I can do subtitles. I'm not a mere mortal, you know. I can read my movies, and I watched. I started with watching Sweet Home on Netflix. That I think it's Korean.
Yep.
Horror series. Oh man, that thing superseded expectations like crazy. Just don't watch season 2. It gets bad fast.
You build it up so great. You're like, watch season 1. Don't do 2 though.
It even ends well. Like season 1's got a pretty decent ending. You're good. Okay. Just end right there. Yeah, John watched it, right?
I think I did. I'm trying to remember. I watch stuff that I don't remember watching, so I don't.
One in the apartment building. There's some sort of like contagion thing that turns them into monsters, but all the monsters are different and cool.
Yeah. I definitely watched the first season. I don't remember watching the second season.
It was cool. I watched a lot of it because I would be sleeping, like trying to go to sleep, and I'd have the iPad like right here watching it, and I'd pass out 20 minutes into an episode and then end up rewatching it all. And it was kind of like, reliving dreams. Almost.
I know that feeling.
Yep. But this movie is deep. First thing we got to talk about are there's some Easter. Well, we should probably talk about the director and all the stuff you guys know about. Maybe before we hit some of the Easter eggs I noticed. They were cool though. I'm sure you guys saw them.
Oh no, let's do Easter eggs because I don't have a lot on this director.
Well, the Stoker.
The Stoker was nice.
Stoker thing, yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking that was where you were going with Easter eggs. The whole, Stoker legends and being from around that area.
Yeah. Oh, that as well. So the name of the bar is the Stoker as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
With a nice little Dracula on there.
House. Yeah. So that's a nod to Bram Stoker, obviously. But there's American Werewolf in London one too.
Absolutely, yeah. We're right at the start with the two tourists.
I was watching it. I was like, I'm going to bring this up and feel so cool. And they both know already. You guys suck.
When they go in the field, just take a walk in the field.
And the one tourist makes the joke about, don't go in the moors, right? And
yeah. There was also the symbol. Wasn't there a thing with one of the signs? I had to think about this more because I remember something about the signs. Like it looks like the symbol in the movie. Ah, I had it in my head. Don't worry, it'll come back to me. We're gonna circle back to
I'm
this one,
trying to
everybody.
figure it out. What sign? Because I figured
There's
like
a sign near their house, um, and it's a nod to American Werewolf in London as well.
I know what you're talking about now. Okay.
You articulate it better,
I was
because
I
I
was yeah, no, I was going with more of like the burial stones, and I kept going back to like my grandmother. My grandmother's from Ireland off the boat, and she would in the heavy brogue tell me all these stories, and it's like I was looking at the stones and that like the grave burial saying I was like they're going to mess with this, and this is you don't do that. Not in Ireland. You don't mess with any burials or
yeah.
anything. You leave it alone. Just
And
don't mess.
I believe they're called cairns when they
Cairns,
Cairns,
do
yep.
yep,
them with the rock, right? The cairns.
the cairns.
They're mountain cairns. Ooh. It's getting dicey over here. So that's another funny part about it because County Hell, there's no County Hell in Ireland, silly gooses.
No.
There's County
I
Dublin, County Mayo, and Kilkenny, and all those.
Oh, I
Right?
got it
Cork.
confused. I got it confused with a 1970s film because there was a 70s film I think named similar, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna watch this. This is gonna be interesting."
I
Nope,
thought it was an
we watched
older
this one.
movie too. When I was like, oh, I'm so hyped for this. I thought it was going to be an older one. And I just don't get excited for the older stuff as much as I used to. And I was like, ooh, 2020.
Hmm.
Neat.
You're like
So this one's,
modern. Yes.
and this one goes into, so we get into like sort of an origin story, which there's been a lot of stuff coming out like this, like Nosferatu and things like that. But this is sort of an origin story of where the vampire myth may have really taken off. There have been vampire myths worldwide forever. So we can't say this is
Yeah.
the first vampire. The Celts didn't come up with that. But this is Irish folklore, and the Abhartach is a interesting take on what did I get it first try? Is an interesting take
Close
on
enough for
what
me.
the vampire is. I love myth. I just love it. So when I saw this. I'd never heard of it before, and I went nuts. I'm like the
Mhm.
Kelpie, the Banshee, and all this fun stuff. And you're like, wait, there's a vampire over there? And this one's a vampire with a neat twist because they really tie it to the cairn, and we'll get into sort of how it operates and
Mhm.
things like that. But essentially, they stay true to the original myth, which has to do with a blood drinking monster. They don't use the term vampire, obviously. The Abhartach is a menace, and he's out doing menacey things, and he gets
Mhm.
dealt with accordingly by a dwarf. And in the movie, they
Adore.
say a chieftain, but it's a
Mhm.
dwarf in the folklore, and they can't figure out how to kill it, so they just put a big heavy rock on it. That's the end of the story.
Mhm. And
In the
it
movie,
turns out, like, that's one of the things I really like is that they take what we're used to seeing in vampire movies and say, "Nah, none of that works. You can't stake them. Sunlight's not gonna help. You basically have to bury them and put a whole bunch of rocks on top of them."
we can't get out.
Mhm. And he also doesn't bite victims. He just sort of remotely drains them, which I think is kind of scarier.
I
It
love
is
that.
very scary comparatively because you could be a room away and it's around and you start
Mhm.
leaking.
Yeah.
That's
That
awful.
that was like the biggest unique twist of it when watching, especially in the first scene, because you see that nice, lovely Irish couple. They're just trying to enjoy their tea, maybe talking about going out, getting a drink, going to the pub. They're like unsure, and then you see the blood flowing from her nose, and then he looks over and the blood's flowing from his eyes, and you're like, "What the hell's going on?" Because you're like, "All right, like
Mhm.
it's some with vampires or something, but like, what is happening?" And then as it progresses with the myth, of course, he's draining the blood from them like that, it's so unique. I mean, you get a little biting here and there, but to have that, it
Mostly
just
from the
is so
ghouls.
good.
Yeah, there's
Mhm.
there's definitely a tangent ghoul thing. They definitely
Oh yeah,
kept the ghoul, the
Yeah.
light, vampire lights. So you can be turned by this thing.
yes. Oh
To a degree.
yeah, it has to do with
Not
stones.
yeah. The stones are what turns you, not him so much.
Not him specifically.
Abhartach.
Abhartach. The thing about the cairn, what we figure out while you watch this movie that's kind of cool is that the cairn maybe it's cursed, maybe, but it's what's causing the turning of the other people. Now, whether or not the Abhartach gets his power from the cairn, or whether or not him being buried under it gave it its power,
Mhm.
that's kind of up for debate.
Yeah.
The Karen.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna think the power of the Karen sort of goes through him.
Maybe he just like lived there until he became
Yeah.
like Clint
Like it's
Eastwood
sort
and
of
Gran Torino. And he's just like, get off my lawn. He turned into a vampire. He was there so long.
yeah, it's because I mean, obviously they haven't managed to kill him. He's just buried under some stuff that he can't get out from under.
But I
And
feel
so
like
whatever life force he has is still there.
It's true.
if it feels like it transported through the currents. You know what I mean? Like his life force went through the rocks. Because hear me out. When one of the characters hits the rocks, hits the currents, and basically turns into a vampire, I mean, I come on now. Like I am making some movie sense here, all right? Because
So much.
he touches the currents, and he turns into like a
So now
vampire.
I know he's doing it on purpose. Not nearly as fun when he does it on purpose.
Oh, this
Say
is
say the name of the vampire because I've been waiting for it all day.
the the
Yeah.
Abhartach.
All right, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
The
Not bad, not
Albuquerque.
bad.
I had to look at that the
You're right.
Albuquerque.
I want you to kind of tie up what the point you were making, or were you just saying all that to just make fun of my name?
No, no, no. I feel like him being buried under the currents, right? He's buried under the rocks. All that life force of his is like transporting to those rocks. That's why no one's like
Mhm.
touching them,
Yeah,
doing
Yeah.
anything, and then they touch them, and then
things go
oh
haywire.
yeah. So like I mean, it's simple, but it works, and that's like
Yeah.
it's different too. That's what makes it so good, and the comedy element. I'm skipping on the big guy's name, but he was like one of the best parts.
Was that Charlie?
Was it Charlie? Yeah, it's Charlie. Charlie Hart.
Yeah, I think
He was
it's
just
Charlie.
so funny.
So one thing I want to do before we get further along into this part of it is we got to hit the fact that there's a whole plot about basically it's the movie Up. They want to build a highway through the guy's
Mhm.
house and the guy doesn't want to
Mhm.
go anywhere, but it does have bearing later on in the movie, so we should mention that is
Yeah.
sort of how this stuff gets
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a road project that's gonna go through the cairn and through George's house.
Yep.
And George is going to be left with no home and a freed Abhartach.
It's not ideal for
Abhartach.
anybody.
No.
And
And
begin
George sort of gets a whole other problem added to it when Eugene's best friend and George's son, William, falls into the cairn and gets, stabbed, puncture wound, and then attacked by some kind of animal. I think a wild boar.
bull. I think it's a
Bull.
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 Yeah, I think it's a bull that the
Bears.
dad was like let out. I'm thinking it's dad's fault,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
But the boys get blamed for it and they get banned from the Stoker. No more drinking. No more going to the Winchester till
Mhm.
things blow over for
Well,
them.
yeah, and I mean William's gone at that point. William dies in that field,
true.
and
That's true. Well,
that's
does
the end
he?
of that. Well, as much as vampires die, he dies in the
There you go.
field, and I mean, as luck would have it, his father George is a mortician. So,
There you go. Cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap and easy.
but
It's going to do a poor job on it. Have you ever seen the electrical work in an electrician's house? You know what I'm talking about.
Mhm. But even in the this sort of part, it's very American Werewolf in London also.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm.
But
Why is that?
well,
It's
Just for
the
connect the
the
dots.
one dies in the moors, or in this case, the one dies in the field with the cairn, and it becomes about the other one moving on. I mean, not in this case, not infected in any way, but sort of taking on William's life and William's dreams almost.
There you go.
it's a similar setup because they go from the pub, they walk,
Hmm.
and then all hell breaks loose. And
Yep.
I'm happy you mentioned Williams, like his dream and stuff, because the poor kid just wants to go to Australia. He just wants to live his life, and it's set up beautifully. And then Eugene, I guess, gets a little jealous, and they have a little fight. So
Mhm.
it's like very American Werewolf in London because of that remorse. I feel like Eugene feels remorse as similar to the main character in American Werewolf. After he gets bit and his friend's dead, he feels sorry, and I mean, different style of film, werewolf and this guy's human, but they have to go through these actions to make it better as much as they can, or try to. And for Eugene, it's working for his father, and it kind of leads to where we head off after that.
Yeah. Sort of begrudgingly working for his father. It was definitely
Begrudgingly.
not what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Not Eugene.
He did not
Who
want to
wants
work
to work for their dad?
Francie.
It's horrible.
Terrible.
Not great.
We've all done it. Okay. Settled on that.
It's not great.
Well,
It's not great.
in some capacities, boyfriends, which is the worst of the two, in my opinion.
I would think that'd be better. Okay. Never mind.
It's stepdad, like, light, I guess. It's worse. So,
Oh,
You have a game?
let's
of
pause right here
course
for a
there's
game.
game. Of
For 15
course
minutes
there's
and
a
it's
game.
time.
What?
Ah,
We've had
it's-
I'm
we've
keeping
been having a
mom.
good
I'm
time.
not cutting a thing. You can't make me.
It's gonna be another wonderful stasher slash,
Hooray!
and we're gonna start.
If Troll
here.
Hunter's on here, I'm stashing it.
Vampires.
No, we're gonna start right
vampires.
here with. Of course, it's vampires. It's not gonna be. It's not all ones that are like huge, obviously, because here's
Bordello
Embrace of the
Blood.
Vampire.
There's some pretty huge things in this one.
I, I just have to tell you, Alyssa Milano is probably my biggest Hollywood crush, like forever.
Yeah,
So we're-
of
she-
that era.
She and I are approximately the same age, so it was never creepy when I was in love with her when she was on Who's the Boss, and I just sort of grew up with that.
It's fine as long as you don't watch reruns. You're okay.
Yeah, and I don't, so we're good.
You get into trouble.
We're good.
The problem is now it's like Angela's young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 She's not mom
Did-
anymore.
But this was like Alyssa Milano's "Look, I'm not a kid anymore" movie. She was not a kid anymore.
Way before she was on that show with the other two hussies. What were their names?
One was Shannon
Charmed?
Doherty.
Yeah, Shannon
Charmed.
Doherty and Rose
Rose
McGowan?
McGowan. Yep.
What?
Yeah, Charmed. That was Charmed.
Huh.
My cousin loved that show. I could never get into it.
Yeah, Rose McGowan came after.
Trying to ride
Because-
that Buffy wave, you know?
Hey, Charmed was a good show. I like Charmed.
I knew you were going to defend it, you
I do
bastard.
like Charmed. I do.
I
Like
I never watched an episode of Charmed, but I did wake up while it was on because it used to be on after the NBA on TNT a lot of times.
Mhm.
So if I fell asleep before the end of the basketball game, I'd wake up to Charmed.
You'd be like, I've gone to heaven.
Oh,
This is amazing.
what happened to LeBron?
What do I do with this movie?
I'm gonna slash it. I'll break it. I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna be honest. But
There's
I wrote it
so
down.
many really good ones out there. I have to slash it too because I don't think this holds up.
I'm
Leg
curious.
warmers or no?
It doesn't hold up. The only reason it holds up is because of the love scenes, so to speak.
Yeah, it's like a C porno.
Yeah, it's as close to Skinamax as Hollywood movie.
Unrated and R-rated versions of the feature.
Skinamax.
It's not Showgirls, but it's in that ballpark.
All
What a
right,
pile
All
of
right.
garbage Showgirls was too.
it's a classic.
Movie number
Glittery.
2.
Okay, let's see.
Mm,
I mean, that's a no-brainer. I love this movie.
Are we keeping 3? Getting rid of 5?
Yes,
Is that the
35.
deal? I'll
35.
keep this one. Yes, I'll stash it. With
Dash.
I don't want
Currents,
to be
I'll
like
stash
Ryan,
it.
so I'm gonna slash it now. No, I gotta keep it.
You
I really do
don't.
love this movie. The premise of this movie is terrifying without any film behind it. It's just such a great idea.
Mhm.
These foreign vampires, so they show up on the boat right at the beginning of this like trace nocte thing that's going on, the long night.
Yep.
It's so cool.
Have you read the book, the graphic novel?
I've seen the graphic novel. I don't own it, but I've viewed it on the interwebs.
It's so good. I read the graphic novel and then saw the movie. It's exactly as like that first run. Josh Hartnett does an amazing job. The build up, just
God,
like
that was Hartnett.
I-
Hartnett's understated, man.
yeah, he is. It's just so good, and it's like tense because like as you go through the movie and people are falling, it's like last hope as the days are coming to a close. It's like what do we do? And then you get that big swerve. Like in the book, how they build it up too. It's like, oh, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just so good.
All right.
If it was the sequel, no, thank you.
31 Days of
I
May.
didn't catch the sequel. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a dud.
So they did it real quick in comic book. They did a sequel. The comic book was definitely 10 times better, but how they did it in the movie, they dumped it and it didn't work.
All right. Ready for 3?
Yes.
There we go.
Nah.
Yeah, I'll slash it.
Yeah. You know what's so funny is that in the first episode we were like, this should be an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
Like, I did like it. I really did like this movie, but I just know there's going to be some curveballs coming up, and I know John wants me to stash this.
Dracula Dead and Loving It.
She does such a great job in this movie, but you know what? I'm slashing it just for the stash. Slash for the stash.
Yeah.
If
I forgot about the stash. Yeah.
If we do a rewatch of this, I'll grow a mustache.
Well, please God, never grow a
Please
mustache
don't.
again.
Please
Our
don't.
entire world, there wasn't a single person in our orbit at work that wasn't talking about how awful that mustache was.
I like my mustache.
You were an army of one. You
Yeah.
look great with a beard, man. Don't
Thank
do
you.
it. You're
Thank you.
welcome.
I don't know.
It's
Maybe more handlebar.
I was thinking
Yeah,
about that.
maybe that could work. Yeah,
the
because it was too little.
Right. It was like yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You look like you were gonna lean out of your car and offer kids McDonald's to come into it.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I'm gonna do the Ra's al Ghul.
Ooh, Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al
That would be a
Ghul.
good one. You could do a Bull Hurley stash.
Ooh, I could do that.
Yeah, like it's a goatee without the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down
Over
for
the
that.
top, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
I can
Movie
already
number
hear.
4.
Yeah, I love this one too. I'm stashing this. I have to. I really enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I do
Yeah,
too. I love this one.
Expert little twisty twist to it too. This isn't Shamalama Ding Dong, is it?
No.
No.
Because I don't want to give him credit for this one.
This is the original Scandinavian one.
Even better. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Yep.
Slash.
Did not see it coming.
I did. I haven't seen it. I'm being honest. It was.
I will not say another word because I don't
Right.
want to ruin it for you.
It was one of those things where it's on the radar, and then I get a chance to watch it, and then they take it off. And
Ryan, your radar is like an underpaid, overworked air traffic controller. You're just leaving stuff circling until it crashes.
I know.
Right.
I'm horrible nowadays.
What if you die, man, without having seen any of these? What if you get hit by a meteor?
Well, at least in like my final saying on like from what you guys say for the best movies I've watched, you'll mention Seven Samurai. You know, you'll mention Yojimbo. Bring Her Back. Like
I'm gonna do at your memorial.
I
Like he didn't, but he never saw Let the Right One In. So shame this man. Posthumously.
swear, even if I have to pay for it, I am putting Bring Her Back on your tombstone.
oh, you can do that.
On mine or his?
Ryan's.
You can
On
do that.
Ryan's.
With
I
the
don't-
spiral.
I'm just gonna put a butcher knife there. Chew on it now, you son of a bitch.
All right.
Oh,
Ready for the
okay,
next
done.
one?
Yes, let's
Yes.
move on.
before we kill Ryan off.
Don't kill me off.
Oh, you did do
Oh,
vampires. I knew it was coming, dude.
mm,
I
you know.
love this movie too.
Remember, you only have one stash left.
I do. Ryan has 2.
I do, and but you might you might cover Fright Night. You might do.
He's gonna do Lost Boys. I'm
He is.
waiting for Lost Boys. I have to wait for Lost Boys just for the way the movie ends.
You know what? I'm gonna stick to my guns. I have fond memories of John Carpenter's Vampires because I'll tell you a quick tidbit. My uncle
This is a
showed me
fanny pack
this.
set. I'm stashing
Oh,
it spiritually, but not physically.
listen, when I saw this, I was not supposed to watch this. My uncle thought it was just a regular vampire film, and then he like
Not a
tits in the.
Bon Jovi
Oh
vampire
my
film.
God, tits in the first 5 minutes. They're dropping f bombs. He's like
What
earmuffs.
vampire movie doesn't have tits?
House of Dracula, Horror of Dracula, Lost Boys doesn't have tits.
I feel like Lost Boys might have
No.
side boob at the very least. It doesn't.
Okay.
Well, that was an '80s. That was an '80s thing. So maybe it was like violence was okay, but nudity was definitely out, right?
Mhm. They were
So
trying
I
to
can believe that.
they were trying to keep Lost Boys in that teen audience too. And once you throw
Yeah.
nudity in, you're not going to get that.
They can't go to the box office. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it's still good though. I mean, the amount of f bombs in this film is, I think it's been
Mhm.
beaten, but at the time held the record.
All right.
they're good.
So what are you doing with this, Ryan?
Oh, I'm gonna stash it.
He is stashing it.
I am
You
stashing it.
crazy son of a bitch.
So
The opening
both had-
scene. The opening
left.
scene.
Right?
What?
3 or 4.
Oh man, he's
No,
got
the opening scene's fantastic.
Oh, there's 3 left.
Three.
You guys each have 1 stash and 2 slashes. And I think it's going to get tough from here.
I'm sure it is.
Next. There it is.
Why would you do that there? I thought it was going to be the last one. Now I have to slash the next 2 without knowing. Oh, I have to stash it. There's no questioning. It's the Lost Boys, for Christ's sake. I'm very happy with my choices, by the way. 30 Days of Night, Let the Right One In, and the Lost Boys are. I will sleep fine tonight.
Oh, we'll see.
You know what? This is Jada's film. This is her favorite film.
It's a good thing we're not asking her to slash or stash
Yeah.
it then.
Oh, it's gonna relate to my top 5 too, but I'm slashing it because I know you have probably Bram Stoker's Dracula on here, and I'm not
mean,
slashing that. I'm not slashing that.
I have no problem
it-
slashing that. I like that
do
movie,
I-
but it's Keanu.
Do I-
Keanu.
Guys, this is a really broad category. So if you're trying to do this based on what you think I have on here,
I'm taking
Well,
a
they were
chance.
hard. it's going to be hard. It
They're
is
vampires.
vampires, but all right.
Spiritually, I'd stash
Let's
this
see.
one.
I'm still cool with this.
So Kearns, you're
Oh.
cutting the last 2. Ryan, you can stash one of these.
I'm ready.
Here's
No, he
movie
can't, can he?
number 7. Yeah, he's
Didn't
got
he?
one
No, he
left.
kept 30 Days a Night, didn't he?
Yeah,
He
30
kept
Days
30
of
Days
Night.
a Night and Vampires.
Okay, just those 2.
He slashed Lost Boys.
Yeah.
All right, movie number 7.
That's actually.
I'm okay with that. That's
What?
okay. But this is so
This is
good,
good.
but I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna.
But compared to my other 3, I'm fine with that.
I'll slash it, but this is good. The show's funny too. I do love
It
the
was
show.
fantastic.
Just ended.
Well, yeah, you guys just got rid of the show because without the movie, the show doesn't exist.
Well, it was great while it lasted.
All right.
What We Do in the Shadows is fantastic. All right, what'd you do for the last one? Because I know this one wasn't meant to hurt my feelings.
What do we got? Mystery box. Oh, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I completely. Yes.
What would I trade for this, though?
30 Days a Night.
No. I still think that's the better vampire movie.
That's probably the one I would, from what you stashed, yeah. That's what I
Salma
would use,
Hayek.
too.
My conversation earlier with Jada was
this
Salma
isn't a
Hayek.
Salma Hayek, Quentin Tarantino licking her feet thing. This is vampires, and the vampires in this movie are pretty mediocre.
Danny
in my
Trejo,
opinion.
Cheech Marin, the
Pretty
titty twister.
mediocre vampires. No, they're fighty vampires. They're martial artsy vampires. They're Night of the what's it? Demons kind of vampires.
You like how I bookended that with sexy? They
Yes,
had
you
Embrace
Yes.
did.
of the
It was
Vampire and
sexy
From
on
Dusk
one
Till
end.
Dawn at the end.
And I didn't get caught in either thirst trap either, you tricky bastard. But that Selma Hayek in that movie is the peak of like everybody's lustful desires. Literally, anytime somebody shows a thing of women that you have to choose from and she's not on there, the only gif or meme that comes down there is her with that snake.
Yep.
I think it's unanimous. Every man in the world agrees.
The
Mhm.
scene's also iconic.
Yeah.
What's her name? Diabla
Satanico.
Yep. Diablo
Santanico.
Satanico.
It's double devil on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Just now I got the movie in my head because I'm thinking of the.
I'm cool with it. I think 30 Days a Night's the better vampire story.
Compared to From Dusk Till Dawn. Okay.
I didn't say it was the better movie. I just think it's the better vampire movie. I don't consider From Dusk Till Dawn to be a vampire movie really at all.
Action.
Yeah,
Well, that's
it's
like
a Tarantino movie.
Yeah, it's two different
Right.
movies. It's an
Yeah.
action movie for about 40 minutes, and then it's a vampire movie.
But that's like that thin line, real quick, because I was thinking about Blade today. Like, Blade is action.
That's an action movie. I don't
But
think that's a
there's-
vampire movie either.
There's a
Yeah.
little horror in it, though, with like
Yeah.
the vampire myth and the build up and all
Little.
that. A little.
But it's like edgy, sexy Deacon Frost. I'm surprised he doesn't have his Steven Dorff doesn't have his Logic cigarette in that one. He's just, it's just, I don't know, dude. To me, it's not a vampire movie. Let the Right One In is a terrifying concept of a vampire movie. The
Oh, yeah.
idea of immortality and what the cost of immortality is and how lonely that can be. The isolationism. Oh my God, that's a story. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't give too much away
No.
for that, but I got to tell you, Ryan, you're going to be affected by that film. It's
That-
transformative.
I'm gonna try to find
Very,
it this
yeah.
weekend. I'm gonna do it this weekend.
I hope you do.
You should. You definitely
will.
should.
I think
I will.
you need to be delivered from this
I need to let the right one
ignorance
in.
of that film. You do.
And not don't watch the American one first.
No,
Like,
it's really good though.
It's good. It's nowhere near the original.
so it's not like a grunge like situation where like the Japanese version's better and the American version just tanked.
No,
The American version of The Grudge is bad.
yeah. No,
Objectively.
but Let the Right One In is definitely the superior version.
Okay.
But Let Me In does enough things well for it to be good.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll check it out. I've seen enough like pictures of it of the girl from the original version, so I get something's going on with her, but I don't know much. One of those things that I didn't spoil.
There's a it's not even a slow burn. It's just a good movie. Just watch it. If I talk about it anymore, I'm gonna ruin it for you, and I'd hate myself if I did that because you're really gonna love it. It's your kind of movie, man.
I'm down for it. I'm
Then
down.
we should come back and revise the list after. See if you change your tune a little bit about vampires. Because you saw your boobies on there, your first boobs.
I don't
Yeah,
know
listen, yeah.
because that's still John Carpenter, and that's like a big Ryan Love
Yeah,
thing.
Ryan does
Oh.
love Carpenter.
Escape from New York. You know what? I don't want to start. The Thing. Mac ready.
All right. So
Starman.
back to this movie.
The Boys from County Hell.
The Abhartach. So, as people begin dying and bleeding, the rocks start slurping up the blood. And
Yeah.
that is the means to which the Abhartach seems to be gaining strength, not drinking directly from people, as John alluded to earlier.
Mhm.
So the goring by the bull basically gave enough juice to the cairn to awaken the Abhartach.
Mhm.
But he wasn't like
And
fully
then-
out yet. Like goofy
No,
stuff
because
was
he still couldn't get out from under the rocks until construction starts and Eugene, under his father's orders, knocks the cairn over. And from then on, nothing is right.
And
No.
doesn't Eugene figure that or doesn't his father George figure that that's going to keep the Abhartach is going to get out and just kill all the road guys? Isn't that the logic?
George kind of thinks that, but I think George is also well aware of what it's gonna do once it's freed. I
Yeah.
think I think George's interest from the time his son William dies is William, and anything beyond that is just sort of incidental.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
agreed. Because
But
he's
Eugene,
trying to help his son.
hmm yeah, he's trying to do something with his son. Who we find out he has his very much still undead son locked up in a barred room in his house.
Just
I mean, I could imagine doing something similar to that. Sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely, that's what you should do.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Didn't they
Yeah.
do that in a zombie movie? Yeah, in
yep.
Dawn of the Dead, he keeps the
hmm
zombie wife and then has the zombie
hmm
baby.
Yes.
Hooray!
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Scene's still horrific.
Rent free in the head. Yep.
CGI baby.
hmm
It just jump scares you, and then you start Act Two
hmm
of the film, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, from here, it's sort of now they really sink into the horror comedy. You get Charlie, the guy they hire as a guard, who gets turned into he becomes a vampire, and trying to get rid of him turns into a lot of fun gags, like they put the pole through him and then they put him in a hole, and in the background he's like climbing
Yeah.
his way off the pole.
You can't
they,
kill
they
him.
do a they do a lot of funny stuff in the background. I believe it's the Abhartach gets his head cut off at one point, and
Yep.
in the background you see the head working its way back to the body.
Yeah,
Yep.
There's a lot of those gags going on.
which is good. It gives the movie a nice little not campy humor at all, like real funny stuff.
Yeah.
I agree. Goofy stuff.
It's not forced. It's like
Right.
it's natural, and I like that. It gives you
Like
more of a
hanging out
natural
with the
feel.
boys playing pranks, kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
That's the kind of laughs you're looking at there. It's pretty good stuff, and I just love that they don't skimp on the lore at all. They do build their own. So there's the idea that the Abhartach was imprisoned initially by a chieftain, and that chieftain may have been given the method of how to do it by, I don't know, some wizard of some sort, but some Merlin-esque character. But the chieftain himself is the one who repeatedly defeated the Abhartach until he finally imprisoned him in the cairn. And then we find out that of the lineage of that chieftain is Eugene and George. And I
Eugene
guess
and Eugene and Francie. Francie
yeah,
is Eugene's dad.
my bad.
Francie.
Eugene and Francie. So there we go.
And I have to go back because it wasn't Charlie. I was thinking of SP. The burly guy with the beard and stuff.
SP's a fun character.
Oh, back like 37 minutes ago?
Yeah, well, I said Charlie, and I was like, yeah, that's Charlie. And then you're like, Charlie's the drunk. He gets like messed up with the. I was like, oh crap, that's the guy. All right, I got the names confused, but SP was hilarious through the whole thing, like with the one-liners, and he gave me like a John Goodman-esque vibe. After watching clips of Big Lebowski the other night, I was like, oh my god.
Or even John Goodman from Roseanne is one of the funniest characters.
Yes, Dan.
As Dan, yeah, Dan's character in Roseanne John Goodman's character Dan in Roseanne is one of the funniest characters for just natural comedy.
Dan is John Goodman
When he gets back from punching the guy who beat up Jackie
with the
and
bucket of chicken.
Roseanne's like, you need to put alcohol on that, and he's like, good idea. And he grabs a beer. It's the best. It's the best.
So something more modern that I'm reminded of watching the relationship with Eugene, Claire, SP, and William while William's with us is they sort of feel a lot like the Letterkenny you guys. Like
Squirrely
Yes.
Dan.
yeah. Like they really have that kind of dynamic a little bit too. especially the SP character, because he's just, I
Oh
mean, he
yeah,
even sort of looks like the dude.
yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
that's great. Do you know my wife for my birthday, my 40th birthday, got him to do one of those messages for me?
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, so I still
That's
have the
awesome.
video of it of Squirrely Dan, like pseudo insulting me for 35 seconds. I was like, "Yay!"
So
It was really cool.
I forget what it was for. I think it might have been Christmas one year. Allison got me a Linnea Quigley cameo,
Oh, that's
and that
cool.
was
Ooh,
awesome. Yeah,
that's pretty
that
neat.
was awesome.
Super neat. All right, back to the movie. We're so full of tangents tonight, but we're just full of fun,
Yeah,
guys.
fun
Um,
tangents.
This is what this movie is, though. It's fun, spontaneous. Like,
well, we
Yeah.
basically rolled through the ends. We identified Eugene as the only savior of County Hell,
yep.
Yeah.
and he's the only one who could defeat the Abhartach. One cool thing about the Abhartach that you notice is as you continue to see it, its appearance does change. Theories, boys, on why
Mhm.
it starts to look more human.
It's consuming and regenerating it. The Abhartach is very much like the mummy. Imhotep.
Okay. Okay.
Imhotep.
Imhotep.
So, if you were to
Imhotep.
continue to feed blood to the cairn or continue to consume it, however you want to think of it, how would the Abhartach wind up? Would we get like a Dracula-esque, super wise, stoic, humanoid vampire, or would it
That's
stay ghoulish?
I don't think so.
that's where I was going.
I think you'd
But
get I think you'd wind up with more of a primal killing machine with minus the debonair,
okay.
just monster.
I think they would have bypassed that too. You know, like the whole Vampire Hunter D, if you're a muggle on that, educate yourselves, okay? It's important. It's important. But they go deep into how all the old vampires are so powerful. And basically all they really need to become more powerful is time. As time goes by, you just become exponentially more powerful. So the older original kind of ones are super duper strong and stuff.
Mhm.
So I think it's kind of like that, but without, like John said, without the civilized portion of it. It'll stay feral.
I don't know. And the reason why I say I don't know is because they say a line in the part about the Stoker's bar, how Stoker stole the idea of the Abertaki,
Albuquerque,
the Albuquerque, as they, it's not the Albuquerque,
the
but
Abhartach.
the Abertach, how Bram Stoker stole the idea for the Abertach and then creates Dracula. And that they're like, oh, Bram stole the idea and all that.
Well, Stoker's Irish. Did you
Oh,
know that?
yeah.
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 But did you
Yeah.
know?
No,
So
I thought he was English.
Stoker may have gotten the inspiration from this exact story because there are parallels here.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, that's why I figured like with the elegant, unless Bram just added that to make it a little more like, a little
Well,
more
he
flavor.
combined this with Vlad the Impaler
Yeah.
to come
Yeah.
up with Dracula. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
more flavor.
he made like a gothic-y romance out of it too, like a romantic figure, and like I don't think the Abhartach is gonna get to that.
No.
Okay.
I mean, Nosferatu's closer to Abhartach than to Dracula, in my opinion.
True.
Yeah, yeah, I
True
think
on
so.
that. Okay.
Yeah. So it's interesting though to see kind of like another version because this is sort of a
Mhm.
version of the same idea, but you're just taking away the romance angle and the civility, like you said. He's not a count of anything. He's guy lives in a pile of
Mhm.
rocks.
Yep.
In
You
the
know,
Yep.
dirt.
that super old, but yeah, in the dirt.
So
I
how?
think it's so funny though. We can't beat it, so let's just put big heavy rocks on it.
Mhm. I
And
mean,
stack
like
it.
it's inventive in that way. Like we're not gonna be able to beat this thing. So how do we survive? Well, let's just put heavy stuff,
Just
every
boulders. Put a
heavy thing.
building.
So, Kearns, how did you make it through the end with Francie and the leg?
Compared to bring her back, I'm not too bad with stuff. It's I don't know what it is. It's got to be like nichey for me with
Mhm.
self-harm and stuff, but actually just being like take my leg and beat it to death with it, that's fine. Not too bad. I have a harder time with scalpels and things like that than I do. But I don't dig body horror in general as like
Mhm,
being the focal point. But if there's gore in a movie, there's gore in a movie. I'm cool with it.
mhm.
Somebody chewing on a butcher knife and doing all the other things that happened in that movie and that abomination of a film,
Chewing the
which could have
table,
been good. Yeah, that was bad, dude.
you know.
And you're just sitting there, your whole body is like aching because you're tensed to the gills. That's not fun for me. I don't like that. So it didn't bug me too much. I thought it was a great use of the leg.
Yeah.
It, it
So,
was creative.
I mean, so for the listeners, Francie falls and his leg is destroyed and he can't
And
run
gangled.
anymore. So Eugene, they decide that the best thing to do is use his leg as a spear. And
It's the one of the
yeah, so
one of the best scenes.
Eugene stabs the leg that he just ripped off of his father into the Abhartach and gets him down, and then immediately with the dirt and the rocks and
Yep.
just enough.
Buries him.
It's simple, it's creative, and it hits the point.
Mhm.
And that's what makes it
Mhm.
an excellent horror comedy film.
Yep.
It's just
Yep.
simple,
Mhm.
and it's old folklore they're using, and just
Mhm.
excellent. I
Yep.
can't repeat it
Yeah, it's
enough.
good.
Yep. And then
It's a good
you
movie.
get the little coda. Eugene is still adding rocks to the cairn,
Yep.
and you get Dream Warriors.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Anytime you can put Dream Warriors in a movie, you'll make me happy.
I
Old
know that's one of your
Doctor.
faves. But yeah,
Mhm.
guys, so that's the boys from County Hell. We liked it.
Yeah.
We give it stars of sorts. We're gonna probably
Well,
hit a review.
yeah, I have some reviews for you. I'm gonna do them in opposite order this time. Before we give you ours, let's see what some other people said. And I will say, we're talking critic score 82%, audience score 65%.
Really?
But
That seems
yeah,
odd.
That
on
is odd.
Rotten Tomatoes, there is not a 1-star review to be had.
See, that's
So
cool.
I had to go to 1.5. So here's a 1.5-star review.
Okay.
Uh-oh, we've unleashed a monster. Run. Oh, I guess we have to fight. Fight. Oh, if we fight hard enough, we can defeat it. Isn't that grand? Not much to say about this rarely funny and never scary horror romp.
I would say that it's not a very scary movie, but it is definitely funny.
Yeah, and I mean, like the first half of that review, like, yeah, that's what a horror movie is.
That's
There's
true.
a monster, we have to run from it, or we have to fight it. Like that's a horror movie. That's
It's
i- if
always
you
the
don't
same
like that.
beats.
Yeah, if you don't like that part, you're probably not a horror fan in general.
And not no friend of ours. I'll
No,
No
tell you
friend
that
of
much.
no.
no.
No,
Every horror
no, we
film.
don't care for you.
We're not going to be that mean, but a little bit. But every horror film follows the same beats. They might change it somewhere. Love it, and if you hate it, go watch a rom
Yeah.
com. Go watch a comedy. It's the same thing,
You
same
know which
beats.
horror film doesn't follow the same beats?
Hard
Let
eyes.
the right one in.
Oh, I was like hard eyes.
No, that's just a interesting, silly Billy movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yeah.
Um,
entertaining.
Here, a
I
good
also
review.
found I also found a couple 5 stars for you guys. So, 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. Liked the tone and authenticity. Ordinary characters in extraordinary situations with hilarious, heartfelt, and horrific results.
Well written too,
Very
and
well written.
quick. I like
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
A review shouldn't
Yeah.
be too long.
No. No. And one other 5 star. Um, as close to an accurate Irish reaction to a bloodthirsty vampire as you are going to get. The right quantity
Amazing.
of tongue in cheek twists and gore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not,
Good.
that's what the boys from County Hell is to me.
I'll
So,
tell you what. Our reviews are probably going to be somewhere in between 1.5 and 5 stars. Betting you a
Yeah.
nickel. Betting you a nickel.
Yeah.
Nah,
So
I'll
who
take
wants to
that bet.
start?
Ryan.
I'll
I
go.
started last time.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm gonna give this a 3.75 out of 5.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna give it.
Listen, it beat my expectations. I walked in, I hear horror comedy. The first thing I think of is Young
Mhm.
Frankenstein and Dracula Dead and Loving It, and a little Repossessed. So I'm thinking about that, and then I see this. It's a straightforward film. The comedy is natural. It doesn't have like it doesn't do anything crazy to change the wheel, but it brings out a few differences on the vampire lore that get you interested. And I feel again, if they made it maybe a little longer, gave a little more exposition, stretched out the story, I'd give it a 4. Like maybe make it like an hour 45-minute film, give it a little more like deaths and stuff. But I think
Mhm.
3.75 fits perfectly cuz you like the characters, the story's quick, it hits every beat, and you want more after watching it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
three
Kern,
seven
you're at
five.
375. Yeah.
375. I liked it. I thought it. I guess I'm not gonna go nearly as in depth as Ryan did, but I think they took a really cool bit of folklore that's somewhat obscure, which is usually a winning recipe, and they didn't screw that up. They kind of nailed it. They do that nice little dance between funny and actiony, and it's not a scary movie. It's not meant to be a scary movie. It's
No.
no Pumpkinhead.
No.
You
No.
know, it's trying to be something else. It's closer to From Dusk Till Dawn than it is
Yeah.
to anything like that's meant to terrify you. But it does. It's Shaun of the Dead esque,
Yep.
and it's great, and it's just great. So I
Mhm.
enjoyed it. 375 because it's no Shaun of the Dead, but
Oh, that's a 5.
I mean it's up there. I don't give out fives so willy nilly, but if there's a five to be had for a horror comedy, it might be Shaun of the Dead. Um, for sure. So yeah, 375. Now for the big man.
I'm gonna go a touch higher than you guys, and I'm gonna go 4.
Okay.
I don't have any complaint about the length. I like it being right at about an hour and a half. It's nice. It's tidy that way. They hit the notes they need to hit. It's got the laughs. It's got enough of the horror and the gore to satisfy that urge. It worked for me. It worked really well for me.
Nice.
Word.
Well done.
Yeah.
Good old
Yeah.
Irish time.
Oh, the
I'll
Just
let
in
you
Irish.
do
time for
that.
Paddy's Day.
I'll have one of those, so we'll let you do the accents.
The
Uh,
Irish. Oh, what?
all right. So let's see. I guess we got to do top fives. I've got a top five
Five.
tonight.
Ooh.
A
I do.
surprise
Do you
top
want me to
five.
go last or you want me to go first?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Oof. We'll let him go
Is
last.
is Rourke going to be on it?
Ooh, is Rourke?
Well, Count Rourke?
Count
No.
Rourke?
I thought because I like obscure myths, I do like obscure Celtic myths. I would give you guys my top five Celtic mythical creatures.
I
Do
like
it
it.
up.
Do do
Yeah,
do do
go
do
for
do
it.
do
Yeah,
do
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 it.
do
Now that you've introduced it, you kind of
Yeah.
have to go
do
first.
do do do. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Selkie, which is like a crazy seal, which is just so Irish, and it is folklorish nature because like crazy seal, but it sheds its skin to become a super hot lady who comes on land, and then it drags you into the water to kill you.
Ooh, okay.
It's
So
awesome.
it hasn't been kissed by a rose.
Uh,
It hasn't been kissed by a rose, but it might have been kissed by Heidi Klum.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Ba-da-da,
Next up,
ba-da-ba-ba.
it's better than R. Kelly, who also had a hit single at the same time as "Kissed by a Rose" was out. By the way,
It did.
I
he
can't
did
sing
"Believe You
that
Can
song.
Fly."
Yeah.
Yeah, it
No,
did.
you can't.
No.
Yeah.
Kelpie. Kelpie, you guys have probably heard of, which is another water spirit. Usually looks like a horse, but it tricks people into riding it and then drags them into the water to their
Yeah.
deaths. One of your favorite authors may not have used a rendition of this in one of their novels. Who knows? Who knows? It's kind of like the bunyip that shows up in Beneath the Veil. But I digress. The puka,
The,
a mischievous, malicious, shape-shifting fairy. It's called a puka,
the
and
puka.
it takes puka, and it
No.
looks like another black horse with glowing eyes. And they tend to bring chaos, and they're usually associated with a crappy harvest.
And do
Okay.
they also make you wear those douchey shell necklaces?
Is that what a puka is? Like a
Puka
puka
shells, yeah,
hunts?
those are
Oh,
puka
I didn't know
shells.
that. I didn't
Yeah,
know they were called puka shells. That's kind of
yeah.
cool. And unfortunately, this isn't a water spirit, so that's even funnier. It's even funnier. But folklore, maybe polka.
Polka,
Do the polka
polka,
dancing.
polka.
Now we're getting into the top two. So your guys are going to recognize these. The banshee is obviously badass.
Yep.
Female spirit of a fairy. Usually it's a fairy woman of fae, one of the good folk, but she's out at night and it announces the impending death of a family member or yourself in some cases with a shriek that you can hear from far off. If you hear it, generally you know somebody that you love is going to die, and it could be you. It was usually a good way to get kids in before dark. That's what I like about this one. And the next one kind of is that really it's to scare kids into coming home so that they don't get molested by the dude who lives down the street.
It's reasonable.
It's real. I mean, that's what folklore's for, you know?
Yeah.
We'd rather tell you about a scary ghost fairy woman who's going to bring on Graham's death than tell you that, Carl is a little suspicious.
Mhm.
And the sun's getting real low, big guy, so we got to get home.
Carl.
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 Carl. I know I shouldn't have said
Carl.
Carl. The name is blacklisted. And the last
Carl.
one is then Ryan and John, actually, you guys may like this a lot because the Doulahan, if you've never heard of it, a headless rider who
Yep.
gallops on a black horse, often holding his own severed head aloft, and the head you can see for miles and speaks the name of the person whose death he's come to claim, which is where we, Americanized the tale of Sleepy Hollow with the headless horseman and Ichabod Crane. So those are my favorite 5 little Irish myths, mythological creatures, not myth.
The
I like it.
the Doulahan is no joke. My grandmother
Yeah.
my grandmother from Ireland used to
have a
talk
Doula
about that.
turkey myself.
Oh my God, she used to talk about it. That's how they used to like go home because she'd be out riding the horse, and the headless head, and it's like like
Gotta get home.
you mean the headless horseman? No, it's like okay, all right, but that
The
was great.
Abdullahan the butcher.
The Abdullah. That's a scary sight too. All right. So I don't know how I don't know how I can follow up with this, but
Well, yours is movies.
ah,
It's different.
I was gonna go with top 5 vampire movies. I told John, and Jada was like, "Don't do that. Do something different. Go with vampires I hate to love." So I went
Oh,
with
cool.
top 5 vampires in films that are villains that you should hate, but you gotta love. And to start off, I'm going with an honorable mention. I mentioned earlier, Blade's really not a horror film, but I love Deacon Frost. Stephen Dorff does a great job. The original character is actually much older in the comics. He's got a great beard, long white hair, and it's still familiar. He turns Blade's mom into a vampire while she's pregnant with Blade. In this one, Deacon Frost has a relationship with Blade's mom. So it's kind of like, I'm kind of your stepfather in this point. But he's hip, he's cool, it's 98, and he does a good job. But to get into my list, I'm starting off with number 5. We're starting off with Lestat, the vampire, played by Tom Cruise, Interview with the Vampire in 1994. Lestat, from the beginning, he's manipulative. He's just evil. He's a vampire who he just kills to kill. He needs the nourishment, he says, but he just has fun. And you want to hate him, but you kind of understand what process he has to go through to survive. And he's just doing it to survive. And yeah, he's a jerk, but you hate to love him because everything he does to Brad Pitt, and even at the end to Tim Roth. Oh, Christian Slater. Wow, Christian Slater. What he does to Christian Slater at the end. Guns N' Roses in the background. I mean, Live and Let Die. How can you not like? How do you not love him? You hate to love him. Which goes to my number 4, recent Sinners. We're going with the great Jack O'Connell. I love Jack. He's such a great actor, and he plays Remick, the Irish immigrant who's a vampire who runs havoc, and he's trying to turn everyone into vampires, join his own little clan, and it doesn't work out, but you hate to love him because he's so menacing. He's taking out characters that you love in the film, and he's got a great song.
I mean, it kind of works.
Well,
He's kind of successful.
Yes, but it makes you hate to love him though, because you're like, man,
Mhm.
why are you doing this? You're like, all right, you know what, Jack O'Connell, he's just so good. 28 years later, uh, 28 years later, the Bone Temple, Remick, he's coming out with hits, and like the characters show, and Remick really shows, which leads to my number three, David, Kiefer Sutherland, Lost Boys, '87. Those are worms, Michael. Those are worms. I mean, I saw this film later on. Jada was like, "You never seen it?" And I was like, "I never did." And we sat and we watched it. And his David is just, he's so cool. Like, I feel like if I watched it younger, I might have been like more into that, like the hairstyle, gotten my piercing sooner, because he's a cool vampire. Like, you're like, he's so nasty. He's like, this is what you want to be, Michael, and you want to live forever, and he's got this pain because he's lost, right? The whole idea of the Lost Boys, like Peter
Mhm.
Pan and stuff. He's like this lost soul, and you feel for him because he just wants to live. And David is just, there's so much. I wish I saw the character sooner than I did later, which turns out not for this character, and that's Jerry Dandridge, Chris Sarandon, Fright Night '85. I mean, go watch our episode on Fright Night. You'll hear our love, even for Rowdy McDowell. But Chris Sarandon, he's suave, he's classy. He's an evil bastard, and you still watch and you still love him because it's just the suaveness, and he's just elegant. And it's like he's a bad dude, but he's so cool. Which goes to my
Mhm.
number one, my classic, and that's Gary Oldman as Dracula from Bram Stoker's Dracula '92. The evolution he goes through, and you watch like the Bela Lugosi, you watch Christopher Lee, you watch all of those, and you kind of get the idea he's a monster. And Gary Oldman, and from the direction of Francis Ford Coppola, and actual from the book of Bram Stoker's Dracula, you see that Dracula's a human, and like you hate to love him because like he just wants to love. He wants to be human. And the movie does a great job, but reading the book, I feel like Gary Oldman does more with, like, he takes more from the book because he shows more of that emotion as it's shown in the book, because it's all he wants. He wants to love, and he wants just to live like a peaceful life. And I mean, that doesn't happen. Monsters got to die, but
Mhm.
these are the vampires I hate to love, and you got to hate them to love them.
Nice.
Right.
I like it. I like it. So
Thank you.
I
It's from the heart.
I stuck with Ireland, and I went with 5 Irish horror movies that
Oh,
I
cool.
really
Okay.
enjoy. Yeah. So my number 5 is a movie called Boy Eats Girl. So the night he declares his love for his girlfriend and they miss connections on a date, the boy goes home where his mother accidentally hangs him. It's a long story.
Yeesh.
Watch the movie. It'll make some sense. Fortunately, mom can resurrect him.
Nice.
Unfortunately, mom can only resurrect him as a zombie, and he comes back hungry and chomps on a classmate and starts a whole zombie epidemic.
Okay.
We have a strangely notable casting in this one, in that I don't even know who remembers her. She was like a 5-second pop star, Samantha Mumba.
Ah,
Like
I don't
between
know.
99 and 2001, she had one song that was kind of big. And then she wound up in this
Let's
movie a few
figure
years
out.
I was gonna
later.
say, what's the song?
I can't even remember the song.
Because
It was
Oh, I see her. I've seen her. I know who this is. Let's see. Gotta Tell You was the name of the song in 2000.
yeah.
probably was blasting
It
everywhere.
reached the top 5 in Ireland.
She had a minute. She had a minute. But she didn't break through here like some other people. But we'll go to number 4 now. When you bring mushrooms into a movie, you get an interesting movie, and this one does. It's called Shrooms.
Hmm.
I've heard of this film.
So a group of friends run afoul of a killer while hunting for psilocybin mushrooms, making for one hell of a trip in this comedic horror. It's
Quick
a
and
fun
dirty, the way
ride.
I like it. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. At number 3, we're gonna go a little more serious. It's a movie called Let Us Pray, and not
I've heard
pray,
that's too.
but Prey. So it's Rachel's first night at a rundown police station that is holding a strange man. The strange man has the ability to take over minds and souls, and he does. And she's in for a long night.
Yeah, I've heard of this film. It's tense.
It's a good
I've
one.
heard it's very tense.
It is. It is. My number 2 is the most recent on this list. I actually watched this about this time last year. It's a movie called Oddity. No? Okay. So after her sister's murder, a psychic travels to the husband's country home where he now lives with a new woman. She only wants to determine what actually happened to her sister, but finds a whole lot more. This has a lot of really good creepy atmosphere to it. There's some genuine scares there. It's quite a movie.
I just saw the poster. I know what you're talking about too.
Mm-hmm. And my number
Creature's
1, we're
creepy.
gonna stay in the vein of we're gonna stay in the vein of Boys from County Hell, and it's a movie called Grabbers.
Who's grabbing?
A small Irish
Who's doing all that?
a small Irish town is under siege from long tentacled alien bloodsuckers. And the only way to survive is to get drunk.
I mean, fair.
I'm curious.
Yeah. I love this one.
You gotta
Grabbers.
Grabbers.
So much
You'll be
fun.
less curious.
I'm like,
so much fun.
Have you seen all these movies? Oh my god, John. Maybe it's because I've watched like The Green Mile 47 times, and instead of watching new movies, you've seen everything. It's wild. That's why he's
I've seen
John
a lot
the
of
Archivist.
stuff.
Yes, you have, sir. All right. Well, great top 5. Great top 5.
That was
At the very
good.
least, Oddities is going to get watched
Thanks.
by moi. Maybe we'll have it on the list.
We should. That
I know
creature
that
looks creepy.
John does this John does this for the love of the game. He wants us to watch new movies.
I think I said it in our end of the year episode. That's probably my biggest joy in all this, is exposing you guys to some of these movies that you wouldn't have seen on your own.
Alligator.
Like Boys from County Hell.
Sweet Home. I would have never
Alligator.
watched Battery. I would have never watched these. Oh, I watched Alligator when I was a kid.
The Battery
But,
was
like,
good.
Battery was a wild ride, dude. Like, some of the stuff that John's already turned us on to is wild. I hope it's the same for the listeners out there. But all right, guys, it is time to wrap this up because I'm about to turn into a pumpkin. So thank you. That was County Hell.
Have a good one.
Later.
See ya.